Chanda and Chakor is a classic theme in Indian folklore and poetry. It's a powerful metaphor that often finds mention in Bollywood songs which we have grown up listening to. Where Chanda, the moon, represents the distant, beautiful, unattainable beloved object of desire that is out of reach. On the other hand, the Chakor, a legendary bird, is believed to be eternally captivated by moon's beauty. It spends its nights gazing at the moon and expressing its love through melodious calls. According to Indian folktales, the Chakor's devotion is so profound that it drinks only the rainwater that falls during Swati Nakshatra, a special lunar constellation in Vedic astrology. The rest of the time it fasts, enduring thirst with a pure heart, waiting for this rare and divine raining event to happen again. Chanda and Chakor is a metaphor for intense, one-sided love, where the lover's entire existence revolves around the beloved who remains unaware or indifferent. But wait, my dear friends, this is a mythological story. Let's dive deep into what science says about Chanda and Chakor. The Chakor, or more scientifically Alectoris chukar, or the chukar partridge, is a native to vast mountainous regions spanning between Middle East and Asia that is indeed characterized by predominantly rugged and arid landscape, most notably the Himalayas and the Hindu Kush region, where vegetation is sparse due to low annual rainfall. Chukar's power of adaptation and impressive ability allows it to thrive like a specialist in this harsh and rocky landscapes. Chukars are not a long-distance traveler. They are primarily ground-dwelling birds. They fly mostly for escaping danger. In Indian folklore, the call of the chukar is considered to be the sound of a lover's cry. But in reality, Chukar's calls are a part of complex communication system that allows them to maintain social bonds, defend territory, warning signal, and find mates, and not really for the moon. Chukars are masters of survival in harsh, rocky and arid landscapes. Their physiology is adapted to conserve water. And the idea that Chukar survives by only drinking rainwater that falls during moon's transit in Swati Nakshatra and fasting otherwise would be impossible. And there is no scientific evidence to support the mythological idea of Chakor waiting for a single specific rainfall event. Because chukars, like most of the living creatures, need regular hydration to maintain their energy levels and body functions. So they try to get water from a variety of sources. The chukar's perseverance is its biological resilience. The chukar's ability to survive in arid regions with less water is a key behavioral and physiological adaptation. It's not that they don't need water, but rather they have evolved strategies to cope with scarcity and seasonal availability of water. Chukars are highly opportunistic. It actively survives by seeking out every available source of moisture. While the mythological tale of the Chakor and its romantic longing for the moon is not scientifically accurate, but there is a symbolic connection that makes the story so powerful. It's a fascinating example of how our cultural stories are intertwined and inspired by nature. It's really hard to believe how intelligent and imaginative our ancient peoples were who created meaningful stories to explain the natural phenomena. The scientific story of the chukar partridge is a tale of biological success. And unfortunately, there is no scientific connection between Chanda and Chakor. It's a narrative of evolution, adaptation, and Chakor is perfectly engineered to survive and thrive in some of the world's most rugged landscapes. Its resilience and adaptability has made it a most cherished and iconic bird species.